Hello, everybody. Welcome to another inspiration episode of Art Whisper 88. Now, today's inspiration piece is by Italian artist Alberto Burri. Now, Alberto Burri and one of the most prominent abstract painters of the 20th century, associated with the Arte Povera movement. He is perhaps best known for his Sack series, wherein he stitched, patched, and painted on rough burlap bags. Now, Alberto Burri has a very interesting life. He trained as a doctor and he volunteered for the Italo-Ethiopian War. Now, at the time, Italy was under the fascist regime of Benito Mussolini, and Italy waged an aggressive war against Ethiopia. So Mr. Burri volunteered as a doctor on the front lines, and he was captured in Tunisia, and subsequently Burri was interned at a camp house in Texas as a prisoner of war, where he began painting on readily available discarded burlap. And after his release in 1946, he moved to Rome, where his art practice turned toward abstraction. Essentially, he gave up his medical practice to become an artist because of the horrific things that he had experienced as a doctor during the war and deprivation in the concentration camp in Texas. His painful experiences shaped his view on art and his self-expression. Okay, this is my Alberto Burri inspiration piece. This is a serigraph or a silkscreen print, and it is part of a triptych. A triptych is a set of 3 pieces of artwork, and you can see the very colorful striping of contrasting colors and the contrast with the black accent areas. So I'm going to take that concept and play with it, and there's a very close similarity to the stuff that I do, so it will be easy for me to reinterpret it. Okay, I have arranged my stencils. These are the Bristol cardstock that I used in the previous video, and I dried them out, and I think they can do a second run. So they are reusable to a certain extent. And I'm going to do some very colorful applications of acrylic paint. I'm going to start with this Lucas Naples Yellow. Now these are all at the end of the tube, so I'm going to do my best to squeeze everything out. Oops. I'm going to use a brush to apply the color. Okay. And I have here some cadmium red light. This is also almost at the end of the tube, so here is some cadmium blue-green. I'm going to switch brushes. And this is sky blue light. So the application of paint in this case is a little more freeform, more painterly than the inspiration piece, which is very hard edge and very clean. This is the opposite. There's a lot of brush work here. Okay. Just adding some final dabs. Okay. Let me just clean out these. I'm getting rid of the high spots. Okay. So I'm going to let this air dry slightly, not completely. Okay, I would say it's about halfway dry. I'm purposely letting some of it stay wet because I want to be some very slight intermixing. Now my pickup color will be Mars Black, which is my go-to pickup paint by Acrylic. So the open areas that you see are going to come out as black, and they will contrast hopefully with the very colorful background. I'm just going to be very careful and lay the top layer. I'm trying not to disturb what's underneath. Okay. And just give a quick swipe with my rag. All right. This is my Richardson paper, 135-pound cold press watercolor. And I'm using the smooth side. And I'm going to give it a chance to pick up both layers. So I'm going to leave this on for about 5 to 6 minutes, as usual. And I'm going to enlist the help of the ceiling fan just to speed things up. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. This is really exciting. I think we have a very painterly result. Pretty wild. Okay. I have a few tears there, but I can fix that. But I'm very surprised by the result. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll let this dry and figure out the next step. Okay, I took a long, hard look at the piece, and I still want to add another layer, a final layer. So I will start making some shapes here, as usual. Now this time I'm going to mix up some matte medium. And some iridescent white. So it makes the iridescent white transparent. Okay, so hopefully this will create like a very filmy, like a gauze net finish, like a veil. Now I find that when you use a brand new cardstock, the edges are really clean and sharp. When you try to use them again, there's a lot of smudges and bleeding, so it's not as clean looking. Okay. There we go. So here is the piece with the strong black marks. And hopefully the iridescent white will temper the stark blackness. Okay, so again I will leave this on for about 5 minutes. Okay, let's see how we made out. Yeah, I think it cuts down the harshness of the black, and it gives some added depth. Okay. Very cool. I think that's more like it. There. Fixed it. So I will air dry this and recap. Okay, here's to recap. Here is a close-up. And I'm pretty pleased with the last layer. It kind of forms like a veil of iridescent white, and it ties in everything nicely. Now it's quite a departure from the inspiration piece by Alberto Burri, but that was the whole point, is to reinterpret it in my own vocabulary. Now I'm going to put this to one side and show you the inspiration piece on the other side. There. So there's somewhat of a relation, but they're not identical. And I want to encourage that to all you artists out there. If you admire someone else's work, it's good to reimagine it in your own way and not copy it. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Check out the biography of Alberto Burri. He is really an epic artist of the 20th century, and it's a shame that he's not better known outside of his native Italy. He has a museum dedicated to his work, and it is supposedly the largest museum, a single area museum in the world. So I think it is quite fitting for an artist of his magnitude. So please pay a visit to artwhisper88.com, which is my storefront, and any sales or donations will help to keep my channel going. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.